Hi, this is Sacred Bonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below or to the side or wherever you want. And make sure if you would like a flame reading or a pendulum reading or a tarot card reading, just to specify that in the chat. Okay, we got some Ram Leo, we got Bob Job already on the chat here. Hello, hello. Um, I'm hoping that it didn't confuse too many people out there of our time change here in Canada. I think it's worldwide. I hope so. That it's now 10 o'clock our time. So let's get started into the show. And we start with the card of the day. This is from the Universe Has Your Back deck. So let's get started. So the card says, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. So now that you're actually focusing on the highest part of everything to happen within your life, then you are now in sync of the universal mind. So very, very interesting card and very interesting wisdom for everybody out there. Okay, so make sure we got a lot of questions for the show. And this is, of course, our remote viewing show for the week. Okay, we got our homework. Unfortunately, it's cameras. They reverse everything. But the actual thing will be appearing on the screen when it is time. Okay, let's get into the show. The first question of the day, as we're waiting for more people to come in. Somebody was asking about Harmony One. What's it going to look like for the next year or so? Okay. So, lots of interesting things happening, especially on my Twitter feed. I've been doing a lot of tweets lately. So if you haven't been on my tweet or my Twitter yet, go to the sacredreadsbyandre.com where you can find the link to our Twitter feed. Okay. So Harmony One, it seems that the health of it for the next year is going to be a little wonky, like many of the other cryptocurrencies that are out there. Um, it ups and downs and all around. It seems to be the norm right now with most of the cryptocurrencies. When it's supposed to go up, it's going down, and when everybody thought it was going to go down, it's going up. So very interesting times in the cryptocurrency world. But Harmony One seems to be going to be having a little bit of a difficulty for the rest, majority of the new year coming up. Okay, I'm a year from now, but at the very end of that, okay, we got our wonderful card waiting for that harvest. So just indicating that good things are going to be coming to those people that are sitting on that Harmony One cryptocurrency moving forward. And of course, the money line, that was the health of the cryptocurrency. They are coming to the end of a cycle. So everything that was all the pain that everybody's been sitting on for the last little while is going to be coming to an end. Okay. The people that are involved with Harmony One seems to be they're getting the right type of people, getting the right mixture of people in certain spots on the platform, and they're going to be charging forward at the end of everything. Okay, so there you go. That is Harmony One. It's going to be a good one, one that actually survives everything that's going on at the moment. Okay, let's move into the new one, the next one. Now, lots of talk. Will the Republicans take the Senate or the House? Okay. If you have been sitting under a rock or something, I think there's going to be a huge red wave that's going to be going. United States. Here it's blue in Canada. If you're wondering, of our right side of things. Okay, so the red wave. Okay, let's get some insight. So, for the Republicans, how is it going to be looking? It seems that they're tied to things that do not work for them for some reason. That this is the health of uh, this particular party. Okay. And of course, they're doing a lot of smoke and mirrors, trying to trick the people going forward. Okay. Or a lot of things are being said about them moving forward. Okay. But at the very end of everything, it's going to be some type of celebrations. Okay, I am picking up the blue is going to be cheating a lot in the next little while, especially with Joe Biden saying that it's going to take days and days and days to count those votes for the midterms, which is like in 2 days. So we're going to see a whole lot of news coverage on that process. Wink, wink. On how will the Joe Biden team win? There is this possibility that I am picking up that the blue side is going to be winning some of the places that they shouldn't be winning, um, and there's going to be a lot of discrepancy in that, and it's going to bust things wide open as a cause. Okay, and that is being picked up in the cards. Yeah. The people involved. You got that stealing things card going on. So there could be an incident coming up very, very soon that there's going to be a discrepancy in the voting especially in the United States, kind of like Brazil, what's going on there. So I'm picking up that it's going to be more blue than people had imagined. Okay. And there's going to be something that busts wide open within the community of the United States. Okay. And there's going to lead to many other situations in the United States and worldwide. Okay. So we're going to leave it there because I don't want to get in trouble by the YouTube police. Okay. So let's get into the next thing. 20% interest rates in Europe. Okay. Now, housing. A lot of things are going off the rails in Europe, as if you've been watching the news at all about Europe at the moment. There's a lot of protests, a lot of people. I shouldn't say the word protest. People walking around outside their government houses with pieces of paper above their head with lettering on them and other apparatus to indicate the displeasure of things going on. Right? So let's have a closer look. And you got to talk around those algorithms a little bit, unfortunately. Yes, it is going to be happening very, very soon. Those interest rates are going to be going up even higher than that 20%. Okay. The the actual health of this particular situation is, yes, it's going to go to that until the last minute, or when people actually start threatening people with ties that are part of the government. It's going to be left to the last minute, and they're going to, like I had said previously, that the European nations are going to reciprocate or go back on what they had done previously. and maybe trying to make friends with Russia for the moment. Okay, even though you're getting a new pipeline from Turkey, okay, for your heating and all that sort of thing. And they've already tried to destroy that and all that sort of stupidity that the governments are doing. It's going to be falling flat on its face, but not before some big has been done, both economically, health, and many other things. So this is the time to prepare yourselves if you're living in Europe to uh, build an alliance with many of your neighbors. Don't rely on government for anything. Okay, this is the time to start to build that community with people that are around you. Okay, this is the time to take note of the resources that your neighbors have and that you have, and build a community out of necessity. Okay, this is the way we move forward in Europe and around the world. Okay, governments always ruin everything. Okay, never trust them, never rely upon them. Okay, there's other ways of solving your issues, and that's getting back with community, figuring things out, starting bartering if you have to, but it's going to get really, really rough. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out there. Um, and there are going to be celebrations amongst the people as you make those changes. As soon as you show that you don't need government, government's going to be flipping around. We didn't mean to do all that stupid stuff. We mean to do this, blah, 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 and make that change. Okay. So start relying on each other, not the government. And that goes worldwide. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. And yes, there's going to be 20% interest rates coming up or higher. Okay. Remote viewing for today. Do we have enough people here? Now, hopefully we did our homework. Okay. I'll show it to you. This is the target. Okay. Now it's also written on the screen there, so you can actually read it. What are some of the things that we had picked up from doing our homework on our target? Okay. So let's have give you a minute or so as I have a sip of coffee. And we got Super Whittle Guy in the chat. Hello, Super Whittle Guy. So any ideas what we have today for our remote viewing homework? Now, just describing a little bit as we're waiting for responses on how remote viewing is done. And we can do this ad hoc at the moment. Okay. So if you're sitting there quietly meditating, getting into the vibe of the show, write down the things that describe the target. So describe the color of the target. Okay. So Bob Jobs says liquid impression. Metal. Could be. Okay. What is the texture? So if you put your hand on it, what would the texture be? Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it hairy? Is it kind of meaty? Okay. So also, what does it smell like? Is it punk horrible? Is it sweet? Okay. Is it natural, like a creature or a tree or something like it's not a tree, but just an example. Okay. Maybe even location. Are you picking up the location of the target number? Okay. So we got metal, we got liquid. So is it natural? Okay. Man-made. Okay. Daisy Chain says it's man-made. Okay. We got liquid, we got metal. I didn't do the homework, but tried to pick up something green. Got clouds are flying in the sky. So that's motion. You see, Super Whittle guy says red bricks feel old style, and I see small must also an old building in with long black iron railings. Environment is rainy. You could be picking up the things that are around the subject. That's actually a thing that happens. So narrow down on the target. Okay. I think you're picking up things that are around it. Maybe some smoky
That's
smell.
okay too.
That is okay as well. You're picking up the location. Okay. Smoky smell. That could have been my night out last night. Okay. Super wet guy says, Okay. So, location. Okay. You're picking up parts of the location. What's it taste like? If you took a chomp at it, what would it taste like? Underground. Okay. That's fine. Job says both natural and then formed. Interesting. Okay. What colors do we have? Taste wet and musty. Okay. Colors. I don't know if we had any colors yet. What else can we describe? Is
Green.
green? Yes.
Green.
Yeah, green.
I see blue.
You see blue. Picked up it's toxic. That's from Pop Rocks. Marlon says tastes like whipped cream on top of a chocolate cake.
Could be.
Could be. It's drinkable. Maybe. You're going to laugh when you see it, but that's okay. Sometimes we pick up the things that are around the subject, which is perfectly fine. Okay. Maybe I am holding a metal detector. Uh, this is practice. This is learning. Don't discourage yourself. Okay. We're entering a bigger realm of um, thought or self. Okay. You're taking yourself and you're projecting yourself into the target, and you're actually picking up the elements of the target. Sometimes it's hard to narrow down what the target is. Okay. The surrounding areas. That's perfectly fine. If I had to guess, I'd say the UK, Ireland, Washington, Oregon, or West Coast Canada, Nova Scotia. Um, okay. What else do we need to cover? How big is it? Big as a house cat, or is it big like a jet plane? Hmm. 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 Pop Rock says it's toxic and old. Maybe. Big enough to fit in an envelope. Well, kind of. The target is in the envelope, but you may be picking up that what's in the envelope itself. So we give you a few more moments. Super Whittle Guy says, I see a paintbrush also. Okay.
Bob, stop drinking. You're confusing me.
I didn't do my number. I have COVID.
No excuse.
We'll get to that later. Glasses, container, or remote. Okay. 1 more minute. When I saw clouds before I saw a plane, so maybe that big. Okay. It's okay. We're practicing. We're perfecting our skills of remote viewing. It's something that takes a long time to master. Okay? So don't beat yourself up if you're way off the target, but that's okay. That's why we practice. Okay? Like when I was learning to be a psychic at the church, it was practice, 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 practice until you let that part of yourself, the logical part of your mind, to let it go and stop analyzing everything that you see or information that you get and just start to spit it out. That is when you've actually started to master the process of on how to see a target or do a reading. You're letting that flow come out, okay, instead of analyzing everything that you receive. Okay. Got orange still with the colors. Okay. Super Little Guy says musty, wet, rainy. Could be. Is there an old church nearby and or a bell? Air. Okay. Well, yeah, there's air. That's perfect. Super Little Guy keeps saying a bit older building. Super Little Guy, keep seeing the brick facade. I think you're saying next week's, but that's okay. Green, moss, interesting suggestions. I get hot. Okay. Okay. Shall we reveal the target? Are we still going through it?
Reveal.
Reveal. So green, that is the color. What is happening around the picture, we do not know because we don't know what's over here or to the side. There could be some of these other elements that you've been picking up. Okay. Location, we're assuming that it's in Africa, but it could be in New York, like the zoo or something. We don't know the actual location. So what I'm thinking is you're picking up elements that may be around this particular picture. Like the old building could be placed somewhere out in a distance. Okay. And the other colors that you're picking up could be something around, because we don't know this building here. Okay, there's a building there. Okay, so it is a natural target. Okay, or natural setting. Yeah, we don't know too much about the buildings that are in the background.
Tastes like whipped cream on top of chocolate cake.
That's okay if you
Wet and musty. Tastes wet and musty, probably.
probably. Well, you know, elephants, they like, you know, get in the water and they spray themselves.
Carol said silver color.
Silver.
Well, she said that's how it tastes. Maybe.
Maybe the chain. Usually, elephants have the little chain around their leg or their arm. Okay. That's okay. You may be picking up elements that are in the what's not in the picture, which is
And
something.
seeing a paintbrush, like people, they made paintbrushes out of elephant hairs, right?
Paintbrush could be the tail,
Right.
right? Yeah. Clouds, yeah, in the distance. Okay. That's okay. You may be picking up elements that are in around the picture. So all the colors could be the general location. Okay. That's perfectly fine. The more you do it, the better you get. Okay. Don't beat yourself up if it's not exactly the target. Okay. Okay. It could be a hot climate. Okay. Air. Yeah, there's air. Is that a photo or a painting of elephants? Well, it's a photograph. Okay.
So they could be picking up things around it that we can't see.
That's right. You can be picking up things that we cannot see. And I'm just looking at the back because this is from a magazine. Because there's words. Okay. And you could be picking up on the words. I'm just quickly reading through the words here. It's about cooking. Was there anything about cooking?
Chocolate cake?
Chocolate cake. It's about it's about crispy noodles in a bowl of rich, because it's cut off, because the other side of the picture. So it's about cooking noodles in Thailand. And he's talking about cooking pots. So that could be the heat that you're pick metal. Okay. Also talks about the heat, the element, and picking up ingredients from the local surroundings. And he's also talking about Thailand. So that's the portion of the words that are on the other side. Okay, so Daisy Chain said metal, air, get hot. So on the other side of the picture, he's talking about cooking. how to cook noodles. So Daisy Chains could have been very correct on many of the things that she was picking up. She's just picking up the other side of the picture. This is from a magazine we get here in Canada from a company called CAA. It's kind of if you got broken down on the side of the road with your car, they come and help you out. So it's a membership to that. Okay. So there you go. There you go. Okay. You did very, very well, everybody. Okay. Keep working on it. Okay. So we got next week's homework already set up. Okay. If you can put the number up, please. And there we go. The new target for next Sunday. Okay.
Write it down.
Write it down on the top of a piece of paper. Okay. So it's DXTA 6350. That's the random number, the random number generator I found online for remote viewing. Look it up on Google. There's a lot of resources out there for remote viewers that are practicing. Okay. And that's where the number came from, if you were wondering. Okay. So that's the new target. DXTA 6350. Okay. Put it at the top of your piece of paper and do it again for next week. Make sure you get your homework done. Okay. Bob Job says, I saw Yvonne having a laugh with you and putting something in the envelope before the show. Well, we did last week, but yeah, I think we covered everything. Very good work. Keep working on it. Don't discourage yourself. Okay. It takes time. Okay. I guess elephants do not fit in envelopes. Pictures of elephants do. Okay. So let's move on.
Super guy wants to know what magazine.
What magazine? You probably wouldn't get it in the States. It's a Canadian magazine. Okay. It's CAA. Of course, the words are reversed. Okay. It's all the things that all the benefits of belonging to CAA. So, like I was just saying, if you in Canada, you can get CAA. If you're driving along and your car breaks down, you call the CAA guy and they'll come out with a tow truck and help you out. It's a membership thing. They also have travel benefits if you're part of CAA and shopping and that sort of thing if you're a member of CAA. Okay. So maybe not something that you would get in the States or anywhere else in the world. Okay. And there's lots of pictures of cooking, helping out the household, pictures of Canada, different parts of Canada, that sort of thing in there. So, and all the benefits of being a CAA member at shopping at different stores. Okay. And that's the front part or the opposite part of the actual picture that I cut out. Okay. It's cooking in Thailand as a trip thing. Okay. So you could have been picking up on all this stuff from the magazine.
We'll have to use some separate pictures.
Might have to use some separate pictures in the lessons coming up. Okay. I'm going to look up the environment or location where CA is.
So CAA is like AAA there.
I think, yeah, something very similar to that. Okay. Bob Job with a question. Will crypto go down on November 8th or thereabouts? Which is like a few days from now. Is that the 6th today or 7th?
7. 6.
6th?
6. 2 days.
2 days. It's saying no. Okay. It won't go down significantly for the next little while. I think it's going to be after the midterms that everything's going to be happening. In the next 2 days, we're going to have the elections in the United States. And I think after that, I think a lot of things are going to be hitting the fan in a big way. So I think price is going to be fairly stable, especially with the old stock market, since the old stock market is in lockstep with the crypto market. And it's going to be that way for the next little while. Okay. So it's being propped up to make Mr. Joe Biden look good. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay, what's next? Bob Job. So that naughty Doge, when will we see 5 to 6 US cents again? Okay. Doge, Doge, Doge. I know all of my fellow psychics and people out there are saying that there's going to be this huge crash in cryptocurrencies in general. I'm kind of I'm starting to listen to my own intuition instead of listening to all of them. It's great for insight to many of the things that are going on. I do see that there is going to be a bit of a drop, but not thing like the other psychics have been saying. I think it's going to be like it's been going like for the last little while until the end of the midterms, and then we're going to see huge fluctuations up until Christmas, going up and down and up and down, up and down. So I don't see any huge drop. So I'm basically going against the grain here with all the other psychics. I do see a huge emotional thing with cryptocurrencies and Doge included with that. When it does drop, uh, everybody is going to start to pile into cryptocurrencies because they do not trust the old fiat system. Okay. And with the CBDCs failing all over the place, okay, I think some were released in India and it kind of fell flat on its face. Nobody uses or nobody is using CBDCs, which is central bank digital currency, if you didn't know. They launched it in India. If you know anything about India, they use a lot of cash for their purchases. Okay. Even though most people in India have cell phones and sort of thing, they like the old cash system. So it's really hard for the government to go stop using cash, use the CBDC on your phone. You have to remember, many people in India are not banked or banked like we are in North America. So people are basically ignoring the old or the new digital system. And that's happening. everywhere where they've implemented the CBDCs. Okay. Oh, we got this new fancy thing, and I think people see through it and they go, uh-uh, we're going to use the old cash system. Unless the governments of the world went out and took everybody's cash out of their back wallets, I don't think it'll be a huge thing. And that's pretty much been shown as the facts as we roll out with these new CBDCs, because I think everybody sees it for what it is. Well, the good portion of the people. So I do see it going down, but not to that amount, unfortunately. I'm going against the grain with everybody else and saying, I think the wife even said it's probably not going to be going down as much as people have been saying. I think she's right. It will do the thing like normal cryptocurrencies do, but I don't think it's going to be that low. And Dogecoin is what, 15, 16 cents Canadian at the moment. So it's not bad. Okay. I got it for less than a penny a long time ago. Okay. So just hang on to them, sit on them, and everything is going to start to go up quite a bit. I think it's been sitting at 28. Bitcoin has been sitting at 28,000 Canadian. Yeah, 28,615. It's going down a tiny bit. But I think the more that the Federal Reserve is doing what they're doing, and they will have no choice but to turn on the money printers again. And when that starts to happen, we're going to see a great surge in all of the markets, including cryptocurrencies. Okay. But with that said, when they turn on the money printers, that means your fiat currencies lose purchasing value. Okay. So we went to the grocery store the other day, got $100 of groceries, and you can carry it in one hand, basically. That is going to get worse and worse as we move along. It's not that the items are necessarily more expensive to make. It just means that your fiat currency doesn't have the purchasing power that it once did. Okay. And when more and more people lose faith, okay, currencies are based on faith. Okay. You have faith that that $1 US that you have will get you $1 worth of things from the store. Okay. That is starting to wane as we go more and more along. Okay. So they're going to have to do reset very, very soon. And then all hell is going to be breaking loose from that point on. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Will Hosky token on Cardano make people rich? Possibly. Never heard of it, but now if it's a brand new token and you're just getting in and they have a pre-sale and all that sort of thing, yes, it can make you very rich. I'm picking up they're going to have that good old pump and dump as soon as a cryptocurrency goes on to the exchanges. You always see this every time, especially brand new ones. Up, 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 up. Boom. Every time. And then it'll sit there for quite some time. Every other cryptocurrency has done that as soon as they come out on the exchanges. Okay. So if it's brand new, yeah, expect that. And once it hits the exchanges, it'll go sell. Because it always does that. Boop. There's lots of people that I know that do that, and they make tons and tons of money. A little bit of a risk, but hey. But let's have a closer look at Husky and see where it's headed. It seems that the health of this particular one will be doing okay. They're a little hung up on how to implement everything and all that sort of thing in the very beginning. I- I'm picking up it's fairly new. There's going to be some celebrations by the end of the year, so it's good possibility that it may be around for some time and making a little bit of money for everybody. Depending on the amount that you have, you can become very, very rich if you sell it at the right moment. If you just hang on to it, will take longer. Okay. Financially, I think it's actually some pretty good cards here for it. By the end of things, I think that thing I just mentioned going up, 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 and then it's going to do this. Okay, so you can make money as it's fluctuating. That's how traders make their money in a in part is the fluctuation. Okay, they trade that margin. Okay, I think a lot of that's going to be happening. I think it's going to be around for quite some time. I don't think it's going to be a huge player in the cryptocurrency world, but I do think it's going to have some legs for at least a year or so. Okay, so depending on how you play it, I think you can become very, very wealthy with it. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Will Theta reach $100 or higher on December 2022? I probably not. It's not in a position for that. I like Theta. I'm actually figuring out a way of doing live shows on the Theta TV very, very soon. I'm doing things in the background, um, getting things running. So you may be able to see me on Theta TV. Because that's the actual platform is a video thing, not just the coins. Okay. Okay. A lot of good things happening with Theta, the platform, the coin, and I do not think it's going to getting to that $100 mark and that time frame. It will get to that time. Tripping on my words. Get to that $100, but not for quite some time. There's a lot of things that have to be figured out before that actually happens. They got to get more people on their platform. Okay, it's kind of like library token, which is the Odyssey coin. If you're aware of that, we're on Odyssey as well, and I think that's at 2 cents a coin. That's a video hosting platform that actually works. Okay, and it's been bumping around from 2 cents to 5 in that little narrow band. So I think that's the same thing with Theta for the next little while, that it's not going to be taking off for a little bit of time, especially not on that time. Okay. Great platform, great coin. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not the time for it. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Fetterman to win in US? I think he might. Is that the guy who was tripping on everything when he was doing a thing with Dr. Oz? Maybe. I hope not, but is that the guy that was tripping on his words during a debate with Dr. Oz? Is that the guy? We'll wait until we'll just do the reading.
Stroke guy?
Yeah. Is that the guy? Yes. Okay. So I'm in the ballpark. Oh, I hope not. Okay, Fetterman to win. And no. They may frame it that he was having his troubles, and like Joe Biden, we shouldn't ignore what he had said in the debate and all that sort of thing to make it look like he's much better than he actually is. Uh, he That's the one where he started with "Good night, everybody," and that was the beginning of the debate with Dr. Oz. I do think that Dr. Oz is now. This is the thing that you may be picking up because Bob Job is a psychic himself, and we're all psychic in our own ways. You're only a psychic as you allow yourself to be. Now, what you may be picking up, okay, is that they're going to be cheating. Okay, Fetterman. I do see that nefarious cheating. Let's see what we got here. If he does win, it's going to be on a very slim margin. Okay. And it's because it's going to be fixed. Okay. Yeah. Cheating. The blue is cheating again. Okay. So, yes. And then it's probably going to be all through the news and thrown out, and all this malarkey is going to be happening in the US at that moment in time. Okay. So, get the popcorn out and watch all the stupidity coming out of the United States and Brazil. That's what's happening in Brazil. Okay. Will CreddyFi crypto reach $2 more in the next 18 months? It's a good thing I watch all the news clips. I don't actually watch news. I watch YouTube news clips of what happens, because Fetterman is like, oh, I'm a Canadian. Anyways, getting back to the question at hand, will it reach that $2? I don't think it's going to reach that $2 in that time frame. It will get to it, but not in the 18 months that you're specifying. I'm thinking it's going to be a little longer, maybe a year or two from now, that it actually gets to that point. Okay. And it's related more to people's focus on things. Okay. A lot of cryptocurrencies are going to go way up high in that time frame. But I don't think the mass majority of people are going to go to the things that they know, not necessarily understand, and accessibility in the next little while, because of everything that's going to be happening very, very soon. So, yes, it's going to get to that $2, just not in that time frame. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Have all my crypto in the Trezor now. Cool. Okay. Now, make sure you lock it up and lock up that piece of paper with the words on it, and don't lose them. Okay. I've heard many horror stories on that. Is the moon a big brother station like on the Truman Show? I don't remember the Truman Show movie entirely, but let's just have a look. Lots of things on the moon. There's a reason we haven't been back, because there's people there already. You are picking up the correct information. You are psychic. Okay. I should have people on here doing readings. Okay. Or help me out with readings in some way. Okay. Yeah, you are correct in that situation that it is kind of a base of things, and yes, they are helping the people in a way on um, everything that's going on here in on the planet Earth. Okay, so there you go. Gonna have to rewatch that Truman Show. When will altcoin season begin and alts take off? Probably very, very soon. Um, I think it's going to play out a lot differently because usually it's Bitcoin, then altcoins come after, then Bitcoin goes down and altcoins go up, and then Bitcoin. It's this whole thing. I think everything is going to start to go up at the same time in the next round. Okay. Just because of the not necessarily the market, it's how the planet is playing out. Okay. All the things, if you look around, a lot of things are going on around the planet that are affecting crypto and the markets of the world. So, yes and no. Alts will take off, but it's probably going to be all at the same time. Okay. So, hopefully that helps you out, dilly dilly. Getting close. When do you see a Labour government for UK? Another 2 years. With that said, I think the guy they have in now is just the kind of a placeholder, and he's going to do okay. I don't think he's going to cause too much mess, unfortunately, but he's more of a placeholder until they figure themselves out in the UK. And I think it's going to be turning, and it will be us, the people, that make that possible, not the governments. Okay, don't rely on government for things. You have to rely upon yourself and your community at large, wherever you are on the planet. Okay, doesn't matter who's in the hot seat. It matters what we do as a people. Stop relying on government for everything. Okay? Because that leads to communism, socialism. And it gets us into these problems that we are in currently. Because we keep putting people on a pedestal and following everything that they say on large. Now, if we had a separate, and if you were leading your life separately from what the government has been doing, you're probably doing okay. Okay, always do the opposite what the government tells you safely. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Daisy chains, the internet just crashed. Oh, maybe you're asking the wrong question. I got you. One more.
Yeah, looking for a 3 card.
Looking for a 3 card.
Oh, here it is.
Interesting name. Puyan. We can give you a 3 card. Lots of new faces here, which is good. We had like 30 people at the top of our. It'll show in my thing. You had 30 people on your live. This is good. We're starting to grow and grow and grow. Just make sure that you like, subscribe. I'll say that at the end as well. And share everywhere. Okay. If you're on Twitter, share it on Twitter. If you're on Getter, which will be on the next description show of the show, of the next show, you can get onto my Getter. Places like that. Share it everywhere if you can. Okay. 3 card for our friend here. It seems that you're hoping for something to come in financially, and I think it's going to be falling in the next little while. So everything that you put into place may not be exactly what you need it to be. Okay, so you're going to be going through a lot of emotional turmoil. Okay, for setting this thing up, it may not be working the way that you had hoped. You will make it through, and you can making an adjustment to everything going on that you've set up. Okay, and then you're going to be making it. I'm going to have to throw some cards down here. And you're going to be saving it from destruction. Okay, and you're going to get those little victories. So whatever it is that you set up, you're going to have to make fine adjustments. Okay, so yeah, so don't ignore your intuition on this one. Fix the things that you already know that need to be fixed, and you find from there. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Marco says, don't forget us when you're famous. You are the reason that I'm here. So okay, so again, the remote viewing number is DXT A6350. Here's the envelope. If you want to look into the envelope, see what's in there. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No, you had it up
Hey.
there.
So that'll be the homework for next Sunday. So make sure you get your homework done. It's fun. Okay. Practice, practice, practice. Okay. That's the name of the game. Do not get discouraged. Keep working on it. There will be a moment in time when you keep working on it and then something clicks. Okay. And it's usually when you're like, I give up. I'm just going to write down the first thing that comes to my mind. That's when it works. Okay. So just remember that. Okay. So let's move on. Always grateful for everybody that's coming out. Need the website on there.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I clicked on it and it didn't go up.
If you like a personal reading with me, make sure to go to secondreadingsbyandre.com where all that information is there. If you like to enjoy protecting your cryptocurrencies like me and Daisy Chains, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com where we have an affiliate link for the Trezor Cold Wallet. If you should happen to purchase one, we make a little bit of money from that to give Domino some treats every so often. And Caesar. Don't forget Caesar.
So we can buy a meow box.
So we can buy that meow box. Look at the video on my wife's channel if you don't know what that is. Yeah, there's that. So go check out my other social medias, also on the website, and have a look around. I'm doing a lot more things on Twitter at the moment, so go have a look. Okay, with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, share everywhere that you can, and I'll see you in the future. Okay, bye-bye.